come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. Three relationship profits. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest.
What's going on? It's your boy King Des here. Another episode of Brunch with the Boys. I'm excited to see you guys this evening. We got some special guests tonight, but first, how we doing, gentlemen?
Jeezy, what's good, everybody?
Hey, it's Mr. Gent out here.
Oh man.
Yeah. Tell us about our guests.
Please, Gent.
So we got the underrated, unruly. These fabulous women. Des has been looking for a little bit of the Spanish flavor. You know what I'm saying? He's
really.
Hey. Are you looking for some unseasoned too? Because
no,
he got a little bit of both.
No, he wants the sazon. He wants the sazon. He wanted nice and seasoned.
He does not speak for me. He's
like, I don't.
Nah, but they are a dope podcast, and I love the duo. You guys play off each other really, really well. So immediately the feedback with Jeezy, and Jeezy checked you out, and he was just like, "Oh my God, kindred spirits, man. We got to do this, right?" But he didn't know that we were already in communication, like vibing off each other, saying, like, we got to do this. Like, we got to.
Oh, yeah. We were like, we have to work with them.
We just kind of schedule it.
Yeah. You're us in like a parallel universe.
Yeah. That's deep shit. So, Jeezy, what are we talking about, man?
We're going to get into a sticky topic to me, especially you, Gent, because we'll be using a Gent a lot today, Des. Office romance.
Okay.
Office romance. I think we're all aware of what an office romance is, and I think we've all been attracted to colleagues, co-workers, our superiors.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, you sound like you've been there already, girl.
I have a whole kid because of that.
Oh my God, it's hilarious that you said that. We're gonna get into that shit too, girl. So, man, I knew this was the right topic. So, surprising stat quickly: 50% of employees have engaged in an office romance.
Damn.
Wow.
This was even more interesting. 72% of those people are over the age 50. This explains what we already knew. Old people, they fucking. You know what I'm saying? They're not waiting.
Oh, yeah.
They fucking every
That's
show
a
for
big
sure.
percentage.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's a huge percentage.
isn't it though? 58%.
Yeah,
You
what
know
the
I mean?
fuck?
So they say
That's exactly what
prolonged.
it is. They're fucking. Exactly what it is.
I would hope that's what I'm doing at that
I
age.
know, for real.
Right?
Not hope. Definitely
Right.
make it happen, girl. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
You're not wrong.
So prolonged exposure to someone typically leads to increased attraction, and this is why office romance is a normal thing. So my first question, we're going to go all across the board, and we'll start with the lovely ladies. Have you ever had an office fling?
Yeah.
Or an office child, apparently?
Office child. More like a retail child, but workplace related, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've both had them. They never pan out. They're never a good fucking idea. They never are just like, for some people, I worked in a restaurant for a long time. You'll never see more coworkers fucking each other than in a restaurant.
Really?
You ever see that meme that's like, if you don't treat your girl right, the cooks at her job will? That shit's true.
No.
Those are horny as fuck.
You
They
know
come in
what?
hard every day. They're just ready to go.
That makes sense now. That's why food be taking mad long to come out because y'all be fucking.
Because they're staring at everybody's asses. They're flirting with them. They're like, oh, you still with your man?
I'll never eat out again, ladies. Thank you.
Never.
I'll never eat out
Don't
again.
go to an Outback
Get outta here.
Steakhouse, I'll tell you that much.
Nothing
I
wrong
hate
with a little
that you
secret
said
sauce.
that because I went to Outback Steakhouse on Monday. I don't like that joke.
See, that shit was made by the horniest man alive because everyone at Outback is horny as fuck. I don't know what it is about that place. It's in the air.
Have you ever put that special sauce on there? Don't worry about it.
Don't do that, Jen.
That bloomin' onion sauce,
Don't do that.
you know what the secret ingredient is? Horny.
Y'all killing me over here, man. Y'all killing me. So what about you, Des?
Yeah, I definitely have. I'm part of that 50% that has. I think it's exactly what you said. You spend so much time at work, and you're overcoming obstacles and challenges, right? So I think at times it starts from a mental place, right? You guys are vibing on a certain wavelength, and then all of a sudden, that attraction can grow. Because I don't know that it's always somebody you see and think, oh man, I have to have that person. I think it can be somebody you work with. All kind of develop that chemistry too. So
that's true.
I've definitely had that happen before.
Jank, I know you. Come on now. Stop it. You almost threw your life away for it.
Why do you do that to you?
Yeah, they always do it to me like that. To be honest with you, I've fallen into two. And one was extremely volatile. I tell you that one. And the
I don't like that adjective.
Yeah. And the other one was it turned into something way more long term than it should have. So
they always.
I've made some errors in judgment, but it is real. It is real out there.
Imagine someone being on a podcast calling you an error in judgment. I would block you on I would block you on Indeed, on Twitter, everywhere. Etsy.
You know what? You're probably right.
I don't think I could handle that.
And let me just tell you, it's not that they're an error as themselves. I think it's just an error in judgment in the environment that you're trying to pull that out of, right? So
that whole situation.
It's messy. Call center environments. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to walk it back. Call center environments are the worst environments.
Oh, I heard.
Listen,
horny as Outbackers.
Listen, he paraded me through there before. And all of my friends.
And let me just tell you, the funny thing is I paraded a number of friends because I wanted to test the theory. But as soon as they walked to the front door, like news traveled like a small wildfire burning in California, turning into a full blaze.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody knew, and they was like, I don't know if you've seen Gent. Gent got some bad boys out here, man.
You did the same thing to me.
That's how it is.
And you'll start to see a little bit of a parade start going by my office, and they just trying to peek their head. I mean, they break your necks. It's crazy.
Moral of the story is, will get you right.
I've hit a few at work. I tend to have fun wherever I go. And
it does make work a little more fun sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Definitely. While you all see the obstacles, all I saw was the beauty. In work pussy, easily accessible. I never had any issues at all. It's how messy. I really believe it's how you handle your situation. So I kept it real with them, and it was a beautiful thing. We used to leave work and go right back to my place and fuck, and we never had a problem with anything. And we'd be at work and we'd smile at each other extra hard. She never talked to me about a fucking relationship because she knew none of that was on the table, and we never even had to discuss it. You
hit the lottery. That is not common.
So rare.
I think it's what you make it, because I'm not sure how you ladies approached it, but if you bring up what are we doing, guess what? You're having that discussion now. She just went with it, and I just went with it, and we never discussed it, so we never had an issue in that way.
Oh, we're not what are we doing ass bitches.
Okay.
No, I think people ask us what are we doing?
I love your. Can you? I'm not sure what your names are. Can you please introduce that? Go ahead.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. I'm Virginia.
AKA the Guatemalan goddess. I am Taylor, AKA Glizzy McGuire. Thank you.
Listen,
Glizzy McGuire.
Virginia, the way you smiled when you said we're not those type of girls that ask questions, girl, you look like you ready over there. Like that put a smile on my face. I was going to say 19% of employees have admitted to stepping out on their partner with a coworker.
Oh, I can imagine.
So they say that's another normal thing. People in relationships, when they cheat, they tend to cheat with a coworker.
That's true.
Huh.
I've heard that.
That makes sense, because when you're at work, you don't get to know the horrible parts of somebody. You don't get to see their room's a mess. They don't flush the fucking toilet. They don't put their clothes away. Like, you're just seeing a guy or a girl who's at work, and they're one way because they're at work, and you don't get to know that they're controlling or obsessive or like whatever. But you know that your boyfriend or girlfriend is, so you're like, oh, this great person's in the fucking cubicle next to me. Mm-hmm. Let me get some work wop. Like,
that's true. But at our last job, like, so many women cheated on their husbands. Like, there were so many married women, and they were all like,
I'll say it was the women more than men.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the guys would just fuck multiple girls at the job.
Yeah,
like it wasn't as many men. It was, but a lot of girls. Yeah, it was insane. And it's like, I know we're all bored, but damn,
I know.
You know what the fucked up thing is? The majority of the time, I know in my situation, everybody knew that I was married, right? They knew at that time that that's what was popping, and they gave 2 fuck shits in a day.
Oh yeah, they don't care.
It's a challenge.
And I was gonna say that it is a challenge. It's like, oh, he's married. That's okay.
He's married. He's married, right? Like, yeah, no, he's married.
So
we weren't at the wedding. We don't know.
It's interesting that you said. It's interesting that you said married women, cheated the most. I really want to push that because a lot of men are always told, niggas ain't shit, and it's a thing we hear all the time. But women ain't shit either.
Well, no, fuck y'all, but also we do it too.
Yeah, no, it is true.
It is fuck you guys, but we're just better at hiding shit.
Oh, yeah,
no offense. We're just a little better.
And we've discussed this before, Des, so you know where we're gonna go with it. It's not that you're better at hiding it; it's that the men you're doing it with are far more cooperative. It is a lot easier to get a man to do whatever you say and adhere to whatever rules you lay down.
Agree to disagree.
Woman, you don't think so? Oh my God, you're down right.
I date very clingy men. Very clingy, very needy. Like most of the time, I would say. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, but they're the kind that are a little more like, what's up? What's going on with us? What are you doing? Like going through your phone in the middle of the night kind of guys.
Ooh.
Like,
so
you never know you're dealing with one of those because they always seem so cool off bat. Like they're just so relaxed. They don't give a fuck. Just like girls, they sweep that shit under the rug until it's necessary to bring it out. Yeah. So when you're fucking with more than one of those guys at the time or talking more than one of those guys at the time, it gets messy real quick. And when they work together, it's not good. Not a good situation.
Taylor, girl.
I know. Did they change once they drank the pussy juice? Is that what happens? I'm
not trying to say. I mean, you said it. I didn't say it, but you said it. So
that opens the door for you to really.
I don't know if it's that or if this is they all have mommy issues or something.
Perspective is
everything. And I'm not very motherly, so I don't know what I'm bringing to the table but pussy. But
what's your perspective on that, Des?
I think men allow women to think that they are bad at hiding stuff. I think that's been a myth for a long time. I'm saying that are exceptional at hiding things, but I think it's a misconception that there aren't men that are as capable of hiding stuff. I think men are kind of lumped into this bucket of being like some dofish kind of motherfuckers that can't get together without a woman sweeping up behind their ass. And I think that's true for a lot of dudes. I think that's true for a lot of women because those are the type of dudes that they date. But I don't know that any woman that I've had a relationship with would say they love keeping something secret if I didn't want to. So I just think we use a lot of generalizations. That's all.
Ladies, I want to ask you, you would then agree or feel that it's pretty leveled out when it comes to that and that you don't have the advantage in that way at all. Because I really believe, and I want to push this a little bit more, that because men are hoes and usually typically about just getting the pussy in any situation, regardless of if they want more, they're going to take what they can get if that's on the table. I can't imagine it being harder to deal with that, whereas a man and dealing with women who aren't typically always dick driven, knowing that once you fuck them, everything changes. So that's why I really feel like it's easier for a woman to cheat. Not that and I do believe that for the most part, you're better as well. Women are methodical naturally, to me, more naturally manipulative as well. You may disagree with that, but
no, it's true.
Yeah,
I would agree.
So, I do think in that way you're better, but I think it's easier for you because men, ain't shit and we just want to nut.
You know what? Someone just said something on a recent episode of ours. I don't remember who it was. Maybe you remember. They said that the reason that women are better at getting away with shit is because men have egos and they think that women won't cheat on them. They think that they're great. They think that my girl's not going to go out and fuck somebody tonight. She's going to the club, but she's not going to cheat on me. Women, we're always thinking like that. We're always thinking, what is he doing? Where is he going? Who's he talking to?
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy King Des here, and I have a question for you. Why boudoir? Because you deserve to celebrate you and discover just how fearless, sexy, and beautiful you really are.
Yes.
Every woman, moms, brides, and girlfriends, your sisters and your wives, your doctors and nurses and teachers, Image Boudoir will help you celebrate being empowered. Image Boudoir is the premier boudoir photography studio in Orlando, Florida.
Tell it.
Our boudoir sessions at Image Boudoir are created and customized to capture your vision. And as a female-only boudoir studio, we're extremely understanding of the vulnerability of a boudoir shoot, and we're here to support you. From finding the perfect inspiration to the perfect wardrobe looking to pose you. So the question is, are you looking to feel empowered?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to feel sexy for yourself or your significant other? Visit imageboudoir.com for a sexy photo shoot today.
When I get in a new relationship, I take my chick to the church and then I go ahead and baptize her again. And wash her clean with the
clean
blood
slate.
of God. She is
You're a
new
virgin now.
in my eyes, and therefore, if anything happens subsequently after, she's tainted. But that's just me. Not every man.
Tainted word is so harsh.
Sometimes you got to forget. Like if your girl had, let's say, 40 partners prior to you, you got to do something to help yourself forget that she had 40 partners before you. You know what I'm
But I
saying?
think
Don't ask.
I think the number
Then you don't have to
of partners you
forget.
had is like
I
irrelevant.
still want to know.
personally.
I still want to know. I still want to know.
Nah, you can't be asking women that.
That's a
We're
turn off.
yeah.
Y'all don't ask?
No,
I don't
want
wanna
to
know.
and I haven't asked.
Something
so-
I've learned over time, ignorance is fucking bliss, and that is a fact.
There you
If
go.
you really, really care about somebody, you don't want to know those kinds of things because then they're in your brain and you can't get rid of that shit. Ignorance is bliss 100%. Don't
That's
fucking tell me.
true.
If it's not relevant to me, if it's not going to hurt me, affect us, I don't want to know. So don't tell me how many women you've slept with.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Exactly.
Straight up.
I wish
100%.
every
So,
woman looked at it like that. I wish they did.
Not every one of them do, though. I'll tell
wish
you
they
that.
did. That man.
Well, maybe
every
they should
woman-
listen to us.
I know, right?
Man.
Tell them to
Come
listen.
listen to us.
There'd be no divorce, girl, in the world. if they
I
did.
know if that were the case.
For real.
Yeah.
Have you any of you ever had sex at work?
I have. It was amazing.
No.
I got finger popped.
Yeah, I
Do
did,
people
like,
still say that?
Finger pop. That's really.
No one says that.
I've never heard that word.
Someone says that.
Fingered. I only heard fingered before. I've never heard finger pop.
Like
Finger
God,
pop.
freaky, but not like sex. Like I used to work at a movie theater, so we would go like behind, like not a projector room, like this weird room, like behind a screen. I don't know what the fuck it's called,
Yeah.
but we'd go there and have a little fun.
That's kind of hot. My
even
shadow shows up on
like
the
in
thing.
the in retail stores. What's it called? Like in the where the stock room is. You know.
Yeah.
How is
Our
it
last
that-
job, it was pretty hard, unless you were
yeah.
dating a girl, because then you just go right to the
Oh,
bathroom.
yeah, you did do that.
I did do that.
When you're a man, we share stories just as much as women share stories. And so when you partner up with people at work, man, they'll tell you all your business, right? And
I know.
I used to love to hear the work stories of where they used to catch these girls in the office. You know what I'm saying? Getting head under the stairwell. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, dang.
That was him.
And then, no, it wasn't me because not like I wouldn't do it because I'm pretty adventurous like that, but it wasn't. But
You had
I
an
will
office.
say, yeah, and I had an office too. I didn't have to do all that. It was so funny because he would be like, man, I love the fact that I could potentially get caught
Yeah.
and that exhilarated and helped me bust faster.
It
And I was just
does.
like, dang,
I feel the same way about masturbating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when everybody's home masturbating, sometimes I like to do it in a location that I could maybe get ran up on. Not like by kids type shit.
Oh.
like by your girl or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Okay.
something
Well,
about-
like
You
your
said
mama
it-
walks in on you or something.
No.
You have company over. I'm like, you throwing house parties?
No, that would be crazy though. Nah, making me think about that right there. But no, just the thought of getting caught by anyone.
Oh yeah, the thought of getting caught is hot.
For me, terrifying. Absolutely
I
terrifying.
would never want to
No,
masturbate in your house.
absolutely not. But the thought of catching somebody else is kind of hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not myself.
What do you do? Do you stop? Do you keep watching? Do you walk out? What do you
I think
do?
you linger. I think that's the polite thing to do. Linger so that you're not, because you don't want to be like, oh my God, and then leave because they're going to be scarred and become like a serial killer or whatever. Yeah. But then you also can't like stand there and stare because then they're going to think you're a serial killer. So you just linger, you give them an up and down, and then you leave.
Yeah.
And just remember it for
Mental
later.
headshot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The snapshot.
Have any of you actually ever masturbated at work, maybe in the bathroom, taking out a pocket vibrator? Or...
I'm pretty sure we've masturbated like next to each other before in the stall. Yeah.
Sure. I know one day I was just mad horny, and I was just like, I have to masturbate.
When you gotta go to the bathroom and wipe, it's like I may as well because I fuck this job anyway on the clock.
Oh my god!
You paid for my orgasms.
It's so comfortable being like extremely horny when you can just take care of it real quick. So.
And for men, it's so easy. I don't know why you guys don't do it more.
I mean, I don't walk around with lube in my pocket, and I need that lube. I'm not a lotion guy, and I can't dry jack.
You can't do spit?
I know that.
It's not
go in the sink?
Not the same.
You don't got lotion on your job?
I know they don't have lotion there.
Yeah, we had the cheap shit. It'll chafe you, but it's something.
No, we don't have any lotion at the job. Nah. You need that premium, that shea butter.
That good shit. Yeah.
All natural.
Yeah. Organic over here.
There you go.
No, I've had sex at work a few places. In my office, I worked at a gas station in college, and I had sex in the freezer.
What?
Before. Yeah, like where the beer and all that is stored.
Oh, I like that
because of the temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said you worked at a movie theater and never had sex there. I've had sex in a movie theater. I'm talking about fucking and getting head or a hand job, and I've fucked in a supply closet adjacent to a theater before my movie started.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You just straight up voyeurism.
It was a 2-for-1, nigga. It was a 2-for-1.
For real.
Yeah, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm like, I got finger pop.
A finger pop
behind an Outback Steakhouse.
I'm gonna start using
Isn't that fun? That's exciting.
Des, I want to ask you, do you feel like when you have an office romance, it's ideal to keep it a secret, or do you have some people you can trust and tell?
No, I'm not telling anybody because I need deniability. Anytime I'm in a situation, I'm always thinking this could go bad, right? Because you're going up the hill 1 minute and on the other side, the ride's over. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the fuck. And so I haven't been one to like end things at times. So it's usually pretty abrupt. If it's not helping me, then you don't need to know.
We wouldn't have gotten caught ever if we did that. So that's a good note to take.
That is true.
You tell one person you think you can trust, and then it's like a newsletter went out.
But I would tell Taylor when we worked together so she could spy on my boo things.
Oh, yeah. I had to keep them away from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was my job the 1 year to just keep them away.
Like, she would distract them or like talk to them.
She had this one
years ago.
Yeah. She had this one girl who was like obsessed with her. And she was Spanish, and she only spoke Spanish, and I don't. So she would come up to me and yell at me in Spanish about Virginia, and I'm just like, meanwhile she's over there with the other boo, and I'm like, yeah, like yes, I know. Like I have to try and distract her, looking over in that direction.
But I had to tell her, like I had to.
Yeah. But it was safe between us. We masturbate in stalls next to each other. Like we're not telling people shit,
exactly,
except on podcasts.
I know now we're here.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's amazing. Kudos to that, by the way.
Man,
it's the visual for me. I can't get past the fact that y'all masturbated next to each other.
Gotta get you off.
I said I'm pretty sure it could have been anybody, but it wasn't the same day.
Don't take that from me. Don't take that from me.
I know, just
like we're holding hands under the stall. We have little tiny boys.
Don't take it from me, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, whatever your pick was exactly how it happened, except even hotter. Exactly. And we were even hotter. We just looked great. We were 10.
If you had said, I used the vibrator and then I slid it to her.
Oh shit!
And then she used it after.
Wiping it off.
That's wild.
We're at work. We just use our hands, you know.
Yeah, we're not animals.
Yeah.
Let me go to my cubby and get my toy really quick.
Those devices are very small, though. You could stick that anywhere.
Oh yeah,
exactly. We got that benefit.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody help me pick this back up.
All right. So 64% of people that do have office romances, they keep it a secret, while everyone else, the rare few, are comfortable with sharing it. And I think that just lines up with everything that we already know to be true.
Yeah.
I like my shit on the down low anyway.
That's true. I've learned to like try and like practice keeping things to myself more, because it gets messy when so many people know your business. You're right.
Especially if you have other prospects in the same place. You don't want to get into, or you don't want to like end shit with that person and then they hear shit from another person and then they don't even want to fuck with you. Because it's like, what if you actually like the second person?
Yeah, that's true.
And people are messy. People are bored. They will.
48 Laws of Power. They talk about that. All those weird ass books, and they make fun of me, but they work in real life.
I've heard that book is great.
I've read that book
actually. Oh, okay, I want to read it.
It's mad toxic. I love it.
Oh,
Awesome.
It is. It's good.
Successful with no friends.
Yeah.
You'll have your money, right?
I think one of the big problems is like you've ever seen the exercise of telephone where you tell one person one thing anyway, and by the time it gets to the 15th person, you're freaking a demon that spawned out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the problem with telling anybody because people can't hold shit. People love to naturally volunteer information and then it always get a slight twist. And then all of a sudden you're the whore of the call center or you're the whore of the site that you're working on. It has nothing to do with me because I never got that. Right. Yeah, I'm the gentleman. Like it's in my name.
That is true. That does happen. People like embellish or make up shit. You could be talking to someone on some homie level and they'll be like, "Oh, I think they're hooking up," and it's like, no.
Because even me,
I've caught myself even like being involved in that because like, you're fucking bored. You're bored as shit. Right. There's nothing going on, especially if your job is mundane or it's just like not what you're into. This is not your career path. You don't give a fuck. There's nothing to talk about. But Sharon's fucking this guy. So why don't you just talk about that? Yeah. And then it's like, you got to make it more interesting because people don't care if they're just fucking. They got to be like, they're fucking the whole department. Then people care. Then you got something.
That's news.
Yeah.
Is it better when you're fucking a superior versus just a colleague on your level? Is it hotter?
If you're fucking a superior, other people are probably fucking that same superior. They gotta flex whatever little bit of power they have, especially if it's like an ain't shit ass job. They like everyone's everyone's fucking the manager because like they think that is something. Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah,
it was a high power position or something.
That's so true, by the way. That's amazing.
I read a story online where a woman was talking to her coworker and she was just being chatty and was like, yeah, I'm fucking our boss, yada, yada. And she was like, really? Because I'm fucking him too. And they both found out right there just by chance. They never really talked. And once they found out, they went in and he got fired. So
damn.
Yep. Imagine getting fired over fucking someone.
I know.
Oh my God.
I would have thought of my career already.
That's not going on your resume. You can't use that anymore.
Pussy better be great. I hope you had a great time.
For real. Mm-hmm. It's worth throwing everything away.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's worth all that.
Another job, it won't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You're already leaving.
There was another story where a married man cheated with a woman at work and ended up getting her pregnant. Ooh. And she was a real G. She never told, never snitched on him. Kept his baby and raised it as a single mom and never asked him for a dime. And they worked together for the next 20 years.
Oh, she sounds like a dumbass bitch. What the fuck kind of shit is that? What is the point? No, it's not harsh at all. I mean, that's about as harsh as saying somebody's tainted.
But that's what's up as a man. How can you work with her and like not provide or even give a fuck or anything? Like that's wild.
That's dumb as hell. I'm sorry.
He was married and I don't know, I have all the details, but he was married and had his own family and she was totally fine. She said she wanted a child, so the timing was kind of, aligned with that. And at the end of the day, she didn't ask him for a penny, just raised him on.
Oh, so he's a sperm donor. He's not actually like a father.
He became successful. Like I think the article said her son ended up becoming like a doctor or some shit.
You got another motherfucker you made, and you're not contributing to his life. That was the cool part. The cool part to me was that she didn't his kind of base, right? But what he should have done was all the other right shit he could have, other than like his other family.
Yeah.
But other than that, like he should have did everything he could. But like him not paying, like that's not a win.
That's not a win. That's dumb as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like that. Each their own.
Indeed. When it comes to office romance, there are some guidelines you want to follow and some considerations to make. One of the things I think Des said it earlier was about assuming the worst in the beginning. Is that something that you kind of have going into an office love? Like, this shit ain't really going to end well, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway.
Begin with, I'm just like, this is going to be fun. Like,
yeah, I think you're so blinded by like how exciting it is and how new that you're like, you're not thinking about how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Of course, that you're blindsided. Like, it's so fun. Like, we get to fuck in the parking lot at work. You don't give a fuck that like in a couple of months, You're going to be pissed off, trying to get each other fired. He's fucking another girl. You're trying to find that girl, trying to find her work email. Like, you don't know what the fuck could happen. You're just like, whatever. It is what it is. Go with it. It's fun.
Yeah, but I think it's important also to like know, like, I think you mentioned not talking about it, but I feel like for me, at least, at work is like communicating what you want. Like, oh, we're just fucking and that's it. We're not dating. We're not hanging out. We're just having sex. Or, you know, like you have to talk about what you want. Like, there's one guy I was hooking up with for a while. And I told him, like, I want to settle down and I want something serious. So if I meet someone else, like, we ain't fucking no more. And that's exactly what I did. Like, you gotta
be straight up like that, because people will not read. You think people will read between the lines? They won't. They won't. They will not just get what you're trying to put out there. You're trying to like send them your thoughts. You have to like say what the fuck is going on. That's when you get yourself in trouble.
But I'll debunk that a little bit because, and I'll let you speak, Des. I'll debunk it a little bit because I know a homeboy who literally said to this chick that he was working with, well, she said to him, hey, I'm married. This is all that I want. I just want some sex. I don't try to make it into anything. This is just what it is. Homeboy told her, listen, this might not be what you want because I'm the type of dude that you're going to catch feelings for. And she said, no, I'm not. And then what happened subsequently after is maybe 6 months down the road, complete feelings caught. And it turned into the complication when she basically set her own expectations. And it still turned out to be something else, right?
Well, yeah, that can definitely happen. But I feel like even then, like, you need to communicate. Like, you know what? I know this started off as just, you know, fucking, but now I'm catching feelings. So you got to be an adult about it and just talk about it. Yeah. So I need to fall. I've done that before. I'm like, you know what? I need to fall back. Like, I'm starting to develop feelings. And I did fall back. Like, you need to communicate.
And that's on both of you. That's like, he knows, if he knows what's going to happen, if he's like, I'm the kind of guy, which I hate that fucking line. You're going to catch feelings.
I hate that
fucking shit. Oh my God. I will make sure I don't. I will never, I won't even look you in the eyes anymore. We're only doing reverse cowgirl.
When it's accurate, what's wrong with it, though? If it's accurate, what's wrong with it? I don't understand. So let's say he's made that statement and hit it 10 out of 10 times. Like,
it's a cocky statement, regardless of.
It is. For certain women, that's going to be a turn on. For certain women, it's going to be a huge turn off. I think we're on the end where that's like, fuck you. What the fuck?
Like, you're going to catch feelings.
You're going to catch feelings harder. You're going to do it more. So, don't tell me what I'm going to do.
I'll tell you what you're going to do.
But that's fucked up on both ends because he knows it's going to happen. He's like, apparently he knows for a fact that she's going to do it. So why continue?
Because it sounds like he's trying to do it, and our actions dictate, what we want. So to me, if you just want to have sex, you're not going to kick it. You're not going to the movies. You're not going to have dinner. You're not coming over to vibe. You're coming through to fuck and leave. So if you're doing more than that, which I'm sure Gent's homie did, because if birds of a feather flock together, your caking ass would have did the same thing. Then with all that caking, of course she's going to want more because you showed her more. But if you showed her that dick and that dick alone, then guess what? That's all she'd want.
A lot of women just don't understand the concept that men can literally think of you as a warm place to put their dick, and that's it.
Because a lot of them will be like, you know what? He says he only wants to fuck, but I know he's going to wife me up because I'm so amazing, and he's going to change his mind.
I can make chicken Alfredo. Like, just watch. I can make shrimp scampi. All right, anything with noodles, I can make that. I'm wifey material.
You are Italian,
so is that considered a cocky statement when she's saying like I could win him over? Like,
that is. But usually we keep that to ourselves. I feel like
we're gonna be like, you're gonna catch feelings for me. That's fucking insane.
So it's in your inside voice is what
my inside voice is like,
you're gonna like me a lot. All right, you're gonna want to marry me. Men will run for the hills.
Hell yeah.
That shit I said earlier about how women are methodical and manipulative, and this speaks to it perfectly. Going in, they have a plan from the jump. And my homegirl said it once, like, you tell her, we'll give her one piece of information, and she immediately knows how she's gonna address and handle the situation moving forward from that. So hearing them say this, none of it surprises me because it's all like, all right, this is how I'm going to run shit. Women, and that's why really men, we lose from the very beginning. Because if we don't have a plan, nigga, we definitely can't be prepared for a plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, we never have a plan. I'll tell you that.
You got an escape plan.
Y'all be winging it. Like,
you got an escape plan and that's it.
Yeah. It does come. It comes later on in life. Like because we mature much later than you guys do. So, I mean, we're hard-headed. It takes some time for us to really
I don't even want to say
that.
And while I agree for the most part about the maturity thing, I think when it comes to with men, we don't think about things that don't really matter to us. Like we want to live in the moment. We want to enjoy it. A woman's thinking 3 steps ahead, and we're kind of in that present moment.
Compartmentalize
very well. Better than I believe any.
No, we definitely better than women.
So once we're there, this is where we are. Y'all already think about step 2, 3, 4, 5. And we like, nigga, we ain't even past step, 1. So that's really what it comes down to.
Unless you're the guy that's going up to women like, you're going to catch feelings. You just jumped to step 27. You just went all the way on the other end. Yeah. You just confirm what's going to happen.
He's about to wife her.
Yeah, you're right. Men can definitely compartmentalize better than women can. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll give you guys that.
Yeah. Oh, you got one thing. You got that.
Finally, I felt like we weren't going to get one thing today.
You got that one.
No, we're honest. Like, we're not going to be like, if we're wrong, we're wrong,
Yeah, we're not pick-me's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The one thing I've found.
Well, it depends.
The one thing I found on a slightly random note, as I've gotten older, I'm not as great as compartmentalizing when it comes to my dick. By that, I mean, if you fucking with me mentally and my mind isn't right, it's going to be harder for me to stay interested sexually. You know what I mean? Aroused and all of that. When you're young, it don't matter what the situation is.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
No matter what the fuck's going on. She could say, nigga, I don't even like you, nigga. And you this. You're going to keep fucking the shit out of her. And it's all good. But when you get older, I found that if the wrong vibe spurns randomly, like, oh, this ain't it. My dick don't even want this no more. You know what I mean? I've been in situations where I've started fucking, and the moment she said something that was off or I got a wrong vibe, I was like, I'm not feeling this. And
you know what it is, Jeezy? All it is that, when you're younger and our hormones are just like raging, it's our primary thing. It's our primary go-to. Like, the older we get and it doesn't mean the same as much, it's secondary, sometimes tertiary to men, and other things matter in conjunction, right? Yeah. And that's just all it is. And that's just, again, to me, I think that is a part of maturity. Like, you're maturing and you're understanding, like, dang, there's more to life than just this, right? And that's what it is.
That's true.
Yeah, because we definitely have moments like that from when we're young, where you're like in the middle of fucking with somebody and they say or do something and you're just like, this part of your brain is just like, that's not right. That's not okay. Mm-hmm. Will you still talk to them the next day? Absolutely. Yeah. But you still know that it's not okay. That something was off and you're like, this is not meeting my standards.
How do you think office romances typically start? Lunchtime?
I feel like you definitely start off like with a friendship and just talking, because like that's what you do all day. You talk, you get to know each other better, and then you start flirting. Because I feel like everyone flirts. Like, doesn't matter if you're single, taken, whatever. Everyone flirts a little bit. So I think that's where it kind of evolves.
And if you have a naturally flirtatious personality,
mm-hmm.
Or like one of you is new.
Oh yeah, if you're a new girl, everyone's like
intrigued.
Or the new guy. Yeah. You work in a place where it's majority one gender and they're going to like be swarming you.
Damn. That's every man's dream right there. Oh, yeah. I always felt like the lunchtime, when people are in the break room and things like that, like that's your little opportunity to slide in there and, see what's going on.
The lunchroom is basically the bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's true.
The bar. Yeah.
They'll sit next to you, start talking.
But then people peep you, so you sit next to somebody else, and then they want to make a big deal.
You gotta keep it friendly, though. You got to keep it friendly at lunch,
Yeah.
You work your way up to the happy hour after work.
Yeah. You're like, oh, kale.
Or I think, how it starts off with, too. Like, people like, oh, do you have Instagram? Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then, like, you start, like, liking each other's pictures.
I'm talking about 22 pictures, not just some, not 3 or 4.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like, all of them.
This nigga went through my whole feed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I've heard that there's some chicks that will actually when they get that many likes, they'll just like screenshot it and then post it out. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, that's mad corny. Like, are you trying to show us that you're desirable in some way, shape, or form?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's why they're doing it.
Yeah, that is why
they're trying to make somebody upset. Like, when you post anything, you're doing it with somebody in mind, even if it's like subconscious, to the deepest level of subconscious. Like, even if you post a fucking Instagram story with a quote, You're like, damn, I hope this bitch sees this fucking quote and thinks about this all day. Like, it's the same thing. You're posting that with some kind of purpose. You want to seem desirable or whatever, or you have terrible self-esteem. I screenshot when someone does that if it's funny. If it's like, why the fuck is this person at 4 a.m. liking like a picture from 2017?
Yeah.
But not just if like people do that. That's common now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of deep when you said it like that. 2017, and it's 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah,
that's screenshot where you got to get a screenshot.
Yeah, they searching for something out there.
But yeah,
I think they do it on purpose and then play it off like it was a mistake.
That's true.
It's like, no, you wanted me to know.
And it's weird. Like, I'll post a new selfie. And then somebody, like, they won't like that picture, but they'll go ahead and like an old ass picture.
What is that?
I'm like, why did you do that?
Do you guys do that? What is that? Stop doing that.
Maybe you look better in that picture.
Dang.
Wow.
I feel like it's to be different from every.
I quarantine 15, but still, I'm still cute, man. Like, fuck. Like both of my
pandemic
pictures.
or not.
I know.
It's like they want to be like, okay, that picture is cool, but I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna like this picture.
I hate when they do that.
And but you always notice it though, so it does work.
It does work.
It does work.
Here I am talking about it
because you see that one little picture, that one little thumbnail, and you're like, that okay. We don't like the one I just posted, but
you know what's crazy? I don't think men are that
strategic.
I don't think we are. I think it just
he accidentally liked it.
Yeah, I just think that we happen to not like that picture, and maybe because it didn't stand out as much as the other ones did, but I don't think a man is that strategic, like, nah, I'm gonna fuck with her ass.
Nah, sometimes that picture is significantly better than the one that they liked. And I'm like, well, what about this one on your feed?
And that's what it is. When you point it out to him, like, why'd you do this one? He's like, were you trying to do this and that? He gonna say yeah, but he really ain't mean it. He be like, yeah, that's exactly.
I don't even know if he'll say that because
I don't think he'll be like,
I don't even know what you're talking about, girl. Like,
I think men have more strategies than you guys let on. I think you just won't talk about them, or you don't even realize you're doing them. But I think men have their little strategies. I think that's one of them.
I'll give you that. I don't know if that one is one, but I definitely know. So a smart man, has his ways, and some things are subconscious, but done subconsciously. But for the most part, I think we really just it's not that serious to us.
Yeah,
I really believe that. But,
we're so simple. It's actually stupid. You guys give us more credit than we deserve. Actually,
I was gonna say I feel like we might be giving them more.
Yeah, absolutely.
For no reason. We don't deserve it.
Not a damn reason.
Once we get the IG, once we get the phone number, we start sending text messages. Does that not say that we're in there? We at that point you in there. You gonna get the pussy.
I think it depends on like how old they are too, because these really young, like 18 to 21 guys. Like I have a younger sister. She goes through so many fucking games on social media with these guys. Same kind of shit, like strategies. Like they do the kind of shit that only girls were known for doing before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have their little ways, little strategies that they won't let on about. But sometimes it's obvious, like the liking the picture thing, or the mass liking, or sending you your own post and commenting on it there instead of liking it.
Oh yeah.
Which is dumb as hell, and that never works.
It's a lot of work.
Mad work.
Yeah, I don't get that young nigga shit myself. So, but it's a new age, and social media is running the show. So,
I thought the total game was really how do I get her to respond to me one time, and that's it, right? Is that not the basis of the game still?
Men will write you 20 times, wish you happy birthday for 17 years, and you can respond not a single fucking time, and they'll keep going. I had a guy who for 9 years in a row told me happy birthday every single year, and I never responded because he's a little weird. And he responded to every single thing I posted on my story, on Facebook, whatever it was. And he never got a message back. And he just kept going.
He's just playing the long game.
That's a long ass game. There's no one in sight. And there are lots of men that do that. I know.
You should have unfriended him. I don't even know why you kept that friendship.
He always wished me happy birthday. That's so mean. He cared so much about my birthday.
So much about you.
That answer was so complicated. The fact that you couldn't get rid of him.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. But do you all ever email at work?
No, I mean, you know what? Our last job we didn't email, but we did have
the little hangouts.
Yeah, so we'd be like.
We would be at work, like IMing each other.
But that's dangerous, though, because you don't know if your job has access to that.
Oh, they did, by the way.
Our
supervisors could see that.
They always
Yeah,
do.
some like just text or Instagram me or whatever. Yeah. No, you can't leave a trail.
Get caught up so easily.
Unless you can have conversations and talk about things without talking about things, then that's probably.
Oh yeah. That's all. Because my friend does email and she'll be like, I don't know, like she'll use code words for stuff. But
I like doing that. That's actually kind of hot and it's fun.
That is hot.
Talk about it like that.
Unless you're with a stupid girl and she can't catch anything that you're saying, right? You know
she'll be like, what? You want to color with me? What do you mean? I don't even like art.
I didn't send you a document. What do you mean?
You said insert the jump drive where?
You wanted a USB? I don't my computer doesn't have a port.
She'll probably say, no, it's USB, not USD. What do you mean USD?
To correct your typo.
You want to reformat my hard drive? I mean, it's like, it's just ridiculous.
We got HR right there.
Right.
No, I'm in HR, and the funny thing is, like, I've seen shit like that. I love when like white people try to decipher in like these hood-like call centers, and they're talking slang, and they got to go. Like, I've seen some of my coworkers have to go through Urban Dictionary and be like, I don't.
Wow,
that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny.
What are they talking about? I can't find this in the dictionary anywhere.
I had one of my coworkers once ask me what finna meant. So yeah.
Nah, finna.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
I'm like, well, don't worry about it because you shouldn't say it. It's all right. You don't have to know. I was like, it's a fish. You find it in the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, listen, ladies, we just want to thank you for taking the time with us tonight. You two are amazing, funny as hell, and dope as shit. Please tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find us at Unrated Unruly on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
No and.
Just
Unrated Unruly. All together.
And then if you want to follow me, I'm at Lovely Virginia on Twitter and Instagram.
And if you want to follow me, the one with the annoying voice, follow at Tay Felly on Instagram because I don't fuck with Twitter lately.
And your voice
thanks for having us.
You guys are great. Thank you.
For Brunch with the Boys, you could definitely find us at Brunch with Boys on Instagram, Twitter, Boys with a Z _brunch, Facebook, type that shit in. Huge YouTube presence. We on all podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google, and the rest of them. Visit us on www.brunchwiththeboys.com. You can find everything there, man. So tell one, listen once. I promise you, you'll fall in love.
We appreciate y'all again. Check out these ladies, Unrated Unruly. Everyone have a good one.
Yes.
All right, girls.
Yeah. Coffee and brunch. We can have our conversations over coffee and brunch. Ha.